Hi, my name is Peter.
I'm Melanie.
And we're coming to you live from our basement with our daughters Olivia and Sophia. And we're going to offer you guys a posture challenge for today.
So we would like to go over the push-up today and show you different things that we want to work on when you're doing a push-up. So I think it's great that everyone's doing some home workouts, but we want to work on perfect posture push-ups, and we want to show you different ways to do it. So right now, Sophia is going to get down on the ground. So first, actually, Sophia, get up. And we're going to get you standing up. And we want to show you how, when we're standing in perfect position, that there should be a point of contact at the head, around the shoulder blades, and at the lower back. And there's a small little space here in the lower back and a small space at the head. But we don't want our head going forward, and we don't want the back arching too much. So this is the standing posture, and we're going to do the same thing in a high plank position. So Sophia's going to go into a high plank position. So a lot of times when we see people, and we see a lot of people coming in and doing push-ups, so we want Sophia to have her hips up a little bit higher. And we see a lot of the problem is that people will keep their head down. They'll start sometimes with their head up, and then as they're doing the push-ups, the head is going down too far. So if you use a stick, a ringette stick doesn't roll. It's actually a really good thing to kind of promote the head and they can feel the head touching the stick. So keep your head on your stick, Sophia, and you're going to do a full 3 push-ups without losing the contact of 3 points. 1. Can you do more? 2. And 3. Can we go to 5? 2 more, Sophia. 4 and 5. Fantastic. So we're going to challenge you to see how many push-ups you can do in holding that position. Olivia is going to come next. So here we have Olivia standing. Okay, so we've got this as putting the stick for the posture. So we see that she has her head touching, good position here, but a lot of times we'll see people who have way too much space. You should just have the width of your hand as space. So tuck in a little bit more to kind of close that space, Olivia. Great. So now we're going to go into a high plank position. So go up onto the floor. So here we're going to get her in her high plank position, head tucking chin in. So you want to pull the chin in, lengthen the neck so that space is less. So leave less space in the neck here, and it's good position. Now we're going to maintain just this little bit of space as she goes through the push-up. So go down into the push-up with Muna and back up. And then reset a little bit. Keep that space. So you don't want to have too much. A little bit less space, Olivia. That's it. Perfect. Now hold that position. Go down to your push-up, and then come right back up. Good. It's much harder to do when she's got a bit of a sore elbow. 1 more, please, Olivia. Good. And then push right back up. Push right back up. Keep the head on the stick. Keep the head on the stick. And excellent. Good job, Olivia. Luna.
Okay,
so Peter here, as we can see, he's got a straight, flat spine, okay? So basically what happens is that we get more of a winging shoulder blades. So we're going to see how that happens, what happens when he goes into a push-up position. So we all have different postures, and we all have to work differently. We all have different sort of issues we need to kind of work on. So Peter here goes into a high push-up position, okay? So he's pretty good in a static position to hold that position in the right alignment. But normally, if he relaxes, his normal posture would then be the stick would drop, and you would be seeing a big space or big dip between his shoulder blades. So he needs to make sure that he pushes through his shoulders to maintain that alignment. So Peter's really good in a static position, but can he maintain that through his push-up? So as he goes down, he has to keep pushing through his shoulders and just bend his elbows to go down all the way. He loses a little bit, but it's not too bad. And as he comes up, you have to make sure, boom, push right up and hold that position. Excellent. Try to go down again. You got to do 3, Peters, not just 1. Let's go. How many can you do? And push right up. These are much harder than just regular push-ups when you guys are cheating. So perfect practice makes perfect, not just regular practice. So we want to make sure that we kind of work on what our weaknesses are. Now, if you take myself, I'm having a little bit of shoulder pain on my left shoulder. So for me, a push-up is too painful. So for those of you who have pain doing push-ups, or if you are not strong enough to do certain push-ups, here are some variations, still working on your posture to get better, and then you get stronger to be able to do push-ups later on.
So we're going to get Melanie on all fours to start off with as a regression to the push-up. So again, 3 points of contact. We want the head, a little bit of space here, shoulder blades, a little bit of space here, and the bum. So right now, stable posture, sure. So what Mel's going to do is actually just going to do a shoulder tap. And this doesn't look like much, but when you've got shoulder soreness, it's a perfectly good exercise to actually learn to teach that shoulder blade to actually accept load. Okay, to progress that, she can float up onto her knees, makes it a little bit harder for her trunk and her core stabilizers to work it. Shoulder has to do a little bit more work to stabilize, there's gonna be a little bit more shakiness. And a natural progression to that would be to maintain a certain level of alignment, but without loading and going into a push-up, which can irritate. What she's going to do is do her shoulder taps. So again, now we've gradually progressed from a 4-point stance, from a 6-point stance, to a 4-point stance, to a full-on high plank position to teach that shoulder blade how to stabilize.
You could also work on the same position, keeping the stick on, and also working to see if you can lift your arm out to the side and then move back without lifting or moving anything of the stick. So you're still working on your posture and then holding that position. So these, in times that we have we're trying to all do home workouts because we're all sitting on our devices and looking at the computer or looking at the TV screen in a sort of flexed forward head position. We want to open up and get you stronger in a dynamic movement, holding posture. So we challenge all of you to count how many push-ups you can do in perfect form. Thank you.